Hey guys, JCC2224 here, and I am starting a new series. I already tried filming this once already, and it felt way too incoherent because I kept rambling and bouncing here and there. These are discussion videos. It's called Taking Toys Too Seriously, because in this hobby of ours, it's toys, right? Yeah, they're fun, they're great, they're entertaining, they're our hobby. They're toys, for crying out loud. But we're very passionate about it. And there's some things that we do take pretty seriously, and there's some things that actually should be taken seriously. And I figured, hey, it'd be a fun name, just to essentially be me voicing my opinion on various subjects in the toy collecting space. This is not going to be a super regular series. There are two videos coming out very recently, or very close to each other, this and another one, discussing matters like this. And I actually have done videos in the past, like, Hasbro Star Wars, and then is 5 points of articulation figures getting better. I have done videos like this in the past, but I felt like I'd kind of make it more coherent, because I did try filming this before, and it was my brain was all over the place. Basically, this first episode is talking about upgrade culture. That's my term I've coined for Hasbro's practice of releasing a figure and then releasing a different version of that same character in a better form, and then perhaps doing it again. And again and again and again. So, with Transformers, let's just put this on the table right now. In my personal opinion, I believe we are in the golden age of Transformers collecting. We are in an age where we are getting Scorponok, we are getting the Ark that transforms into a giant robot, we're getting great Galvatron and Rodimus and Hot Rod. We are getting so many awesome figures right now. And yeah, a lot of them are way better than the ones we got ages ago. Like, say, with Hoist right here. I have, these figures are here for very valid reasons. Hoist, this is the old generation's Hoist. It was kind of based more on the IDW. It's not very G1. This is a very G1 Hoist. This is an upgrade that I feel like is very valid. We're finally getting a nice G1 Hoist, but also I still really like this old figure for what it is. That's not always the case with a lot of these upgrades that have come out recently, where I actually have, say, gotten rid of this figure or that figure in favor of the more G1 accurate version. Those are upgrades I don't mind. It's a cool thing that we're getting more G1, more character-faithful versions of these characters after so long. And especially for new collectors, it's great for them to, oh wow, there's a new Trax. I can get this Trax instead of not having to reveal the Shield one. And honestly, sometimes for me, that's totally fine. I didn't get the new Trax. I already have the reveal the Shield, and I'm perfectly happy with it. And I still wanted the mold, so I got Road Rage. That's why Road Rage is here. So those are perfectly fine aspects of the whole upgrade culture. It's kind of more of a personal opinion thing where it's like, oh no, Hasbro decided to make a new toy of this character that has, hadn't gotten a new toy in 5+ years. Yeah, that's fine. It looks totally different. It's a totally different kind of figure, totally different kind of concept here, or it's just been so long since there's been one. It's a fine thing to get a new one out on the market. That's totally fine. For me, I personally struggle with the whole upgrade thing because I do have to have that debate with myself, say with Rhinox. Do I really need the new Kingdom Rhinox, or am I happy with my old, Generations one? And I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm happy with my old Generations one. I don't need to do that. Those are totally fine. I can totally forgive that. Hasbro does need to retread some ground, and it's a good thing that, yeah, they are making a more coherent new Beast Wars collection. Imagine if they did all the Maximals from Season 1 of Beast Wars, but they didn't release a new Rhinox because, we already did Rhinox 6-7 years ago. We don't need to make a new one. No! You need to put a new Rhinox out. But you may have noticed Ironhide back there. Let's discuss the toxic aspect, and some may argue predatory aspect of upgrade culture. This is Earthrise Ironhide. So, I had the Siege Ironhide, and I was very happy with the Siege Ironhide. That was a case where, yeah, there was old Universe Ironhide that sucked, and I wanted a good Ironhide. So when the Siege one came out, I jumped on that right away, and I was very happy with it. But then, here comes the Earthrise Ironhide that has the Earth alt mode, has a more classic look to him. And sure, he does have this big old shield cannon weapon, but it's still cool. I mean, Ironhide was a parts former. It's nothing too special or too new there. This is kind of an issue, though, and it's not a perfect figure. It's still really good. And that's a Crosshair's gun, by the way. But yeah, you know, it's a good Ironhide. I'm really happy with this. But I'd already just bought a 2019 one. Some people may think, oh, you know, one's Cybertronian, one's Earth. For some people, that's important. But for a lot of collectors, they're more so in it for having a good toy of the character. And for me, I wasn't worried about, oh, I need Cybertronian mode and I need Earth mode. No, I need a good Ironhide. And yeah, I now have a very good Ironhide. It was a little annoying to have to get an Ironhide after already buying an Ironhide. But what's even more annoying is that they're going to be doing a Studio Series 86 Ironhide that's Voyager class and probably is going to blow this thing out of the water. Why? That's the issue that I'm having with this whole upgrade thing. I feel like Hasbro's doing this thing where they're almost... Now, granted, it's not confirmed that they're actually doing this, but they're releasing a figure and then, you know, maybe pulling back something, being like, oh, let's not make it perfect, because we need to make it again, but a little improved next time. And then we need to do it again and again and again. It's getting a little irritating, especially with this Ironhide situation, because I've gone from having a Universe Ironhide that I was desperate to replace and to just get out of my life. I don't even have it anymore. To now having gone through probably 3 Ironhides. Because yeah, I'll probably get the Studio Series one. I'll probably get that. You know why? Because I'm a sucker. And Hasbro knows I'm a sucker. And that's the thing. Is this predatory in a way? I'm posing that as a question. I'm not saying Hasbro's being predatory. No. Is it predatory? Now granted, they need to make money. It's not a bad thing that they come up with these ideas of getting people to continue to buy their product. It's smart if they want to make sure they can feed their kids. Because, believe it or not, a big old Hasbro corporation is run by millions of people that have families that need to be fed. So let's just, you know, Hasbro's not a faceless corporation here. Let's try not to look at it like that. There's many people who design and make and market and distribute these toys where they're just like us. They are working for a living, they have families, they have responsibilities, you know, we're all a part of this whole system, we're just the consumer side of it. And honestly, I wish they wouldn't do this, personally. I wish they would make a fine product that is good on its own, that stands alone, because, I mean, they'll all sell equally regardless, probably. I don't think if they make something substantially great, it's going to sell better than, say, if they cut a corner or two there. That's just my observation from what I've seen. It's not, you know, it's not confirmed. But I just find it interesting that in the span of, let's just say, you know what, 2019 was when the Siege one came out, and this came out in 2020, right? So let's just say in the span of like 3 years, we've gotten 3 G1 Ironhides that are all kind of trying to be the exact same thing, a G1 Ironhide. It's a little suspicious, you know. What other toys really do this? What other toys put out the same thing, basically the exact same way in weird different iterations where you feel compelled to keep getting the newest and latest one? It's almost like an iPhone, isn't it? Transformers have become iPhones confirmed. It's something where you have to make that personal decision. Do you feel the need? Are you happy with what you have? You know, are you happy with the one you have? Or do you feel the burning need to just replace it? Because, say, there have been some where, yeah, I wanted to replace them. Like, say, with Prowl, Sunstreaker, and Blue Streak, I replaced them. Because I felt like, yeah, those old ones are from, what, like 2008? And these ones are basically mini masterpieces. Yeah, I feel like that's a valid replacement. But on the other hand, with Road Rage here, you know, I was very happy with my Reveal the Shield tracks. And I still wanted the mold, but I didn't want tracks. So I got Road Rage, a new character for my collection. I did the same thing with Exhaust. I got the Generation Selects Exhaust instead of Earthrise Wheeljack. It's, you know, it's a good way to, you know, still have these molds if you like the toys without feeling the need to replace the character over and over and over. But it's one thing if it's, say, like Hoist, where it's an old one that's vastly different, and then a very nice new one that, if there's been a long gap. But something like Ironhide, man. Something like Ironhide. I can't help but feel like I'm being preyed upon. You know, I can't help but feel that way. And I don't like it. Now, granted, yes, are the toys that are being, you know, forced upon me. They're not. But are these toys, like, really good? Yeah. All of them are really good. The Siege was good. This Earthrise is good. I'm sure the Studio Series is going to be great. But it's... I think I'm reaching the end here. It's special. And it's definitely something in modern Transformers where I feel like I have almost collected everything I really, really want. When it comes to older releases, I look at my want list of Transformers, and it's literally just Nemesis Breaker and a G1 Breakdown. Everything else that I buy nowadays from older Transformers is, like, really digging weird, you know? Like, yeah, let's get, was it Reveal the Shield Fallback? Let's get him. It's... You know, I'm definitely in that weird state of Transformers collecting where I mostly just get new stuff because I've gotten almost all the old stuff I really want. And having Hasbro constantly re-release and remake these things, I'm, you know, on one hand, I'm very happy about it because, oh yeah, you know, I'll take another Gnaw. It'll just be another Sharkticon to me. I don't feel the need to replace my old Titans Return one or anything. But then we have cases like Ironhide where I feel like this thing I just got's immediately outdated. It's immediately not as good as what I could have already bought if I would have just waited. And it makes me wonder, like, should I hold out? Should I hold out and get a different one? And honestly, with Siege, I kind of actually already did that. Because they were doing a lot of these Siege figures, and I just had a feeling they're going to do Earth ones, aren't they? And that's what happened. I didn't get Siege Sideswipe or Red Alert or Prowl or any of them. I got the Earthrise ones. Because I knew they were going to do something like that. I actually caught that. Ironhide, though, I needed a new one right away. And I'm just, especially with these Studio Series ones, man, do you really need the... Now, granted, some people may say, oh, this Ironhide was an exclusive. It's not easy to get. It'll be nice to have a new Ironhide out at retail. Makes sense, but a lot of us harder core collectors, you know, we've already gone for this one. We pre-ordered it. We got it. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me pose some questions. And if you guys want to make a video kind of talking about this too, or if you just want to make something in the comments, I'd love to read it. Do you guys feel like Hasbro's upgrade culture is predatory? And do you fall for it in a way? How about that? Do you fall for it? Do you feel that need to get the newest one? I'd love to hear your opinion, and let me know what you think about this. Definitely more of a rambly kind of video where you kind of open up another tab, or you just kind of, you know, maybe transform a Transformer while you're listening to it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Special shout out to the patrons of Patreon. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for listening and watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.